What do you get when Ted Cruz, Tucker Carlson, and a looming Middle East conflict collide? Pure chaos. In one corner, you've got Cruz fumbling basic facts about Iran, and in the other, Tucker calling out his old MAGA allies for pushing America towards another war. And he's not the only conservative commentator changing tune on the administration over the issue. Candace Owens and even Alex Jones have turned on the president. Throw in some online spats, shifting loyalties, and a few unhinged takes, and you've got a front row seat to the messiest debate in US politics right now. Buckle up, because we're diving into the drama, the infighting, and what it all means for the future of US politics. Hi, I'm Evie, and if you're new here and you like knowing what's going on in the world, you should totally subscribe. We do 5 videos a week on whatever is going on, so get in here, get up to date with stuff. It's really sexy to know things. Y2K fashion is just like so in right now. Low-rise jeans are back, pop music is good again, and the US reckons it needs to go to the Middle East to find weapons of mass destruction that may or may not exist. I love Green Day. But not everyone is in on the trend. Senator Ted Cruz and conservative talk show host Tucker Carlson had a heated back and forth about America's role in the growing conflict between Israel and Iran during an interview that dropped on Wednesday. It is unreal. First of all, this dumbass man doesn't even know the population of the country he is so hell-bent on going to war with. Look at this.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government. You're the one who don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country.
Ted, were you too busy pissing in your own pants to feel warmth that you ran out of time to Google Iran before coming to this interview? This is completely insane. These are real people that they're talking about, can I just remind you? The Trump administration has denied any US involvement in Israel's military actions, but the idea of America backing Israel's attacks has sparked a rift within the MAGA coalition, dividing isolationists and pro-Israel supporters. And not only does Ted Cruz not even know the population of Iran, he then shoved his own foot directly into his mouth and said this.
We're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. We're not bombing them, Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Hey.
Who voted for this guy? Honestly, I spend so much of my time watching and listening to the stupid shit that these people say, and I have to be so honest, this is truly one of the most horrific displays of stupidity and incompetence I have ever seen from an American senator. Remember when people thought Ted Cruz was the Zodiac Killer? Like, the Zodiac Killer was horrifically evil, but Ted Cruz is way too dumb to have pulled that off. What, writing codes that were never cracked? Not him, this guy can't even read a map. To be fair though, this isn't exactly a shock. Ted Cruz has been useless and incompetent for a long time, probably since he was born. The interesting thing is that Tucker Carlson, former Fox News host and once the absolute darling of the MAGA movement, seems to have switched sides. And he's not the only one. Candace Owens, Joe Rogan, and more conservative online commentators have changed their tune on the administration due to its support of Israel or tariffs, and honestly, it's very interesting to see. The day after Israel hit Iran, Tucker Carlson dropped a fiery newsletter called An Act of War, sponsored by the United States. Then he jumped on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast to double down and share why he's against it.
I just don't want my country to be further weakened or destroyed by another one of these wars. And boy, if you can't connect the dots after 25 years of this shit, you're either too dumb to participate in the conversation or you're, like Mark Levin, just a liar who doesn't care.
Trump, upset that one of his former buddies has turned on him, jumped on Truth Social to come at Tucker, writing, "Somebody please explain to kooky Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon." Kooky Tucker, not his best insult work. This did not go down well in the online MAGA sphere. Since then, a bunch of pro-Trump influencers have backed Carlson and openly pushed back against the president. Less than 1 hour after Trump's post, Candace Owens jumped online and said, "Donald Trump just completely fractured his base. Truly unbelievable." Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of Trump's closest congressional allies, jumped to Tucker's defense as well, saying, "Tucker Carlson is one of my favorite people. Foreign wars, intervention, regime change, put America last, kill innocent people, are making us broke, and will ultimately lead to our destruction. That is not kooky. And get this. Even Alex Jones, a full-on crazy person who loves spreading conspiracy theories and other stuff like this.
I'm like, shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
I'm sorry. I know it's cooked, but the gay frog thing will always be objectively really funny. But Alex Jones is not having it on this one. He posted later that same day saying, Trump attacking Tucker Carlson for not supporting a new world war is not something any sane person should support. This is the stuff nightmares are made of. Imagine Alex Jones calling you not sane. That's wow. One conservative commentator has taken the opposite approach, though. Ben Shapiro is surprised.
Here's my big question for folks like Tucker. When he suggests that there are these people who are calling Donald Trump and demanding he do things, who does he think is the decision maker? The decision maker in the White House is Donald J. Trump.
Last year, Candace Owens parted ways with the conservative outlet Daily Wire after tensions over her stance against US's funding for Israel's war in Gaza. Candace has been critical of US support for Israel, but her comments about political Jews and a small ring of specific people using their Jewish identity to avoid criticism sparked some major backlash. Ben Shapiro, her boss at the time, called her remarks absolutely disgraceful. Since then, Candace has had sort of a awakening, a change-up, a vibe switch. After going solo on YouTube, where she has over 4 million subscribers, she's been vocally supportive of Palestine and used her research skills to provide insane wall-to-wall coverage of pop culture issues like the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case.
Big news, Blake Lively has abandoned 2 of the claims against him, the claims that are pertaining to infliction of emotional distress.
She named them Fake Lively and Cryin' Reynolds, which was huge and people loved it, so much so that she's found an entire new audience based on TikTok where she has almost 5 million followers. There's constant comments on her videos like, I can't believe I like Candace Owens now. A lot of people ask her to just stick to the pop culture stuff. I find her case the most interesting out of all of the right-wing commentators switching sides and stuff, because since going solo, she's genuinely become pretty fearless when it comes to criticizing the US government.
We have candidates that go onto stage when they're running for president of the United States, and they're just like, no, I love Israel more. No, I love Israel more. No, I love Israel. No. When I get in office, I'm going to do more for Israel. No, if she gets in office, she's going to do less than I'll do for Israel. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Honestly, maybe she just realized like working for Ben Shapiro kind of sucks. I don't know. She still managed to prove to a more centrist audience that she can change her mind and that she won't just blindly defend Trump, which a lot of people have called refreshing. Part of me is kind of excited to let them all fight it out amongst themselves for once. Why don't we start right now? Ted Cruz versus Candace, round 1. Ding ding.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed.
And to the people who really do believe that God's chosen people rape, murder, destroy, pillage, lie, deceive, blackmail Jeffrey Epstein, all of our politicians, buy, purchase, threaten, manipulate, goodness, you may really want to crack open a Bible if you think that those are the signs of God's chosen people.
Ben Shapiro versus Tucker Carlson, round 2. Ding ding.
Over the weekend suggested that America should launch missiles against Tel Aviv. Only Tucker Carlson is truly America first. Not Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump, who built the America First movement, who built MAGA. Only Tucker Carlson.
Because all of a sudden you've got Ben Shapiro being like, oh, you're sucking up to Putin. You're anti-Semitic. It's like, son, sit this one out. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're a child.
The debate over America's role in the Middle East has shaken alliances that once seemed unbreakable, exposing cracks in the conservative movement and raising bigger questions about loyalty, ideology, and influence. Could this help lead to an impeachment? We can only dream. We can only dream. Bye.